Ever scroll on your phone and then like an hour disappears? Like, where'd the time go? We're tackling that feeling today. We're diving deep into attention.
Hmm.
And get this, we've got expert name here to break it all down. We're looking at some really interesting stuff from Haptic.
Yeah, they're a tech company.
Right in the thick of it, right.
Yeah.
Helping businesses use all the latest tech. So they get it. And they've got this article, The Science of Attention. And right off the bat, they make a statement. Attention is a choice. Not just, oh, well, whatever grabs me.
That's a good point, yeah.
What do you think about that?
It's huge because it puts you in the driver's seat. Think about it. Emails, notifications, the news. It's easy to feel like, whoa, overload, like you're drowning in it all.
Totally.
But what they're saying is you have power. You get to decide where your attention goes.
It's like instead of feeling overwhelmed, you can actually, like, take the reins.
Exactly. And it's not just like some positive thinking trick either. Haptic gets into the science of it, how our brains actually work, like the
Right.
prefrontal cortex. That's the part of your brain that's all about decisions, making choices, that executive function stuff. Turns out it's also key to directing our attention.
Oh, wow.
Yes, so it's like there's a real physical basis for this idea. Attention is a choice we're making whether we realize it or not.
Okay, but knowing that and actually doing it, two very different things, right? I mean, come on, the world is distracting.
Absolutely. That's where haptics advice gets really useful. To get down to brass tacks, how do we actually practically train our attention? Their
Okay.
first recommendation is mindfulness.
Mindfulness. Okay, I'll be honest. I hear that word everywhere. What's Haptic's take on it?
They get it. It's definitely become kind of a buzzword. But they also point out, hey, this isn't just some new fad. Mindfulness has roots in ancient traditions, but it's also backed up by modern neuroscience. It's about being present in the moment without judging yourself.
So not just like sitting cross-legged chanting.
Right, but bringing that awareness into like your everyday life, feeling your feet on the ground as you walk, really tasting your coffee, those little things, it makes a difference.
Interesting. Is there evidence that mindfulness actually improves attention?
Oh yeah. There are studies that show even short mindfulness exercises, just focusing on your breath for a few minutes, can actually change your brain over time. The prefrontal cortex actually gets thicker.
Really? Wow.
Yeah, the same area we were just talking about, the one that helps you direct your attention. It's like building mental muscle.
That's amazing. Okay, so mindfulness is step one. What else does Haptic recommend?
Well, once you've got that calmer, more focused mind, you got to be careful what you put into it. That's where their second point comes in. Curating your information intake.
Okay, this is fascinating coming from a tech company, right? Like even they're asterisks saying, hey, be careful with this stuff.
Exactly. They're not saying to, like, throw away your phone and live in a cave, but it's about being choosy. What news sources are actually giving you good info, not just stressing you out? Are the social media accounts you follow making you feel good?
Finding that balance between being informed but not totally overloaded.
Yeah, exactly. It's like Haptic. They curate technology for their clients. You curate the information that's going into your brain.
So we're being mindful, we're choosing our news sources carefully. What's next?
This is where it gets really personal, I think. Haptic's third recommendation is self-reflection.
More than just journaling, I'm guessing.
Yeah, it's about really getting clear on your values. Like, what are your big goals? What's your purpose? That North Star that guides you.
Okay, I like that. The North Star.
Huh.
So if I'm trying to like finish this novel I'm working on, but I keep getting sucked into like 3-hour YouTube rabbit holes of like, I don't know, bread making videos,
All right.
my attention's a little off course.
Totally. That's what self-reflection helps you see. It's about asking yourself, okay, where am I actually spending my time and energy?
Ah,
Does it line up with what I'm saying is important to me?
yeah. Because we can say all day, oh, I'm a writer, but if we're not actually writing,
Exactly. Actions speak louder.
right, our attention is the truth.
Yeah. And haptics not just saying, go think about it.
Yeah.
They're talking about taking action. So maybe that's setting some boundaries with your phone, like, okay, no phone during work hours.
Uh-huh.
Or maybe it's noticing patterns, like, when am I most likely to get pulled into distractions, and having a plan.
So it all fits together. Mindfulness to calm the mind, then choosing what you let in, and then self-reflection to make sure you're actually using that focused attention on what matters to you.
Exactly. And then this is where haptic brings up a really interesting point, which is this connection between attention and decision-making.
Oh, this is something I've been thinking about a lot lately because I feel like when my attention is all over the place, my decisions are kind of all over the place too.
There's something to that, definitely. Haptic says focused attention is actually crucial to making good decisions. And I think it makes sense. Think about how many choices we're bombarded with every single
A
day.
constant.
Big decisions, little decisions, what to eat, what to work on, who to respond to.
And if your brain is like fried from trying to do a million things at once, I mean, it's like you grab the easiest option, not necessarily the best one, right?
That's exactly it. Haptic's point is that speed doesn't always equal quality. And in their world, the tech world, things move fast. But they're saying, even then, if we're not careful, we're just reacting to whatever's loudest, not what actually matters.
So we're not just getting swept away, right? We're learning to like surf these waves of information.
I love it. It's interesting to me hearing a tech company talk about mindfulness like this in a world where everything's like, Joe, QQ.
Right.
It's refreshing. They're not saying tech is bad, but let's be smart about it.
Let's be intentional. And it's not about like becoming some productivity machine. It's about, like you said, aligning your attention with what you actually care about.
Yeah, like that quote, where attention goes, energy flows, and life grows.
Ooh, I like that. So, to wrap up our deep dive today, I think the big takeaway is this. You have more control over your attention than you think. It's not about like having zero distractions. It's about choosing where you want to focus your energy.
Exactly. Remember what Haptic said. Mindfulness, choosing your information, and that self-reflection piece to make sure it all connects to what you value.
It's like they gave us a toolkit. And the best part is these are skills we can keep building on.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
So as you go about your day, think about this. If our attention shapes our reality, what reality are you creating?